me take off my jacket. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Be helpful if I got this. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I can hear you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Three, two, one.
Good Tuesday morning. I almost for a minute there thought it was Monday. It is Tuesday, that is right. Welcome to KSAT News Now, streaming daily and podcasting. So hit us with that like, rate, subscribe. If you're watching us on the visual platforms, you see my man Kevin there with the ones and twos.
Like
Spinning the whistle. Yeah, you know, like kind of pressing the buttons with the ones and twos.
Yes,
like,
we see
like
him
a
there
DJ
with the
talk.
ones and
Yeah.
twos. Welcome to Tuesday, RJ.
It is Tuesday, yeah. Hopefully everyone had a good 4th of July weekend. Hopefully everyone stayed safe. And maybe, unfortunately, like producer Alyssa just told me, she did not get much sleep last night because of the fireworks in her neighborhood.
Yeah, but it's something we know happens every year.
Yeah,
So.
here in San Antonio, for sure.
Yeah.
If people are going to pop fireworks, they're definitely
Did you
gonna
stay
go
up
out.
later?
I did not. I slept through the
know-
night like of nothing.
Do you care about fireworks? Like, are you?
No, sadly
I
do
read a
not.
meme. I feel like okay, anyways, I'm not into it either. I didn't stay up
No,
for
I'm
that.
not a big fireworks
No.
guy.
Used
I
to be
won't-
as a kid, but here we are.
Yeah, even then. Yeah, well, we can use it. But a lot of people are, so hopefully everyone had a good time.
Yeah.
Everyone stayed safe out there.
You know who else is a party pooper?
Who's a party
Airbnb.
pooper? I've heard about this.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're saying something about house parties. We'll get to that in
I
a
got a
little
lot
bit.
of questions about this story, honestly. I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe you can fill me in. I'm not a big Airbnb guy,
Oh
too.
my gosh,
so,
I
yeah.
am. When it comes to renting and then even experiences, love
There we go.
Airbnb.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will check that story out in just a little bit. And we're also going to be talking about 2 San Antonio area teens that put themselves in a pretty sticky situation.
Oh, okay.
But it's
it's a
actually
good
a good
thing,
thing.
right?
It is a good thing, yeah.
And we get some form of communication from Brittney Griner, the WNBA star currently in prison in Russia. But first,
That's right. Talking about 4th of July things. And unfortunately, the couple of stories here that related to 4th of July celebrations that absolutely turned to tragedy. One here north of Chicago when a gunman killed 6 people and injured at least 30 more at a July 4th parade in Highland Park. And of course, this leaves the country grieving yet another mass shooting this morning.
yeah, and the moment I heard about this, what I think about the kids, you know, they're so excited and so hard when it's
Yeah.
a serious situation, and you know, they're probably asking questions. And if you've seen these videos, you hear them in the background, just confused. So authorities said the suspected shooter used a high-powered rifle in the attack that appeared to be random yet intentional. They believe the shooter, who was arrested later Monday, climbed onto a rooftop of a business, and that's where he opened fire on the parade about 20 minutes after it started. So people were still in line, parade participants in line, you know, to parade around town. And
to walk the route and to march,
and
or whatever it is.
So you see those
that they were
videos
doing.
and, you know, them making a run for it.
Some bystanders here initially thought that the sound of gunfire was fireworks before they fled, and Alicia, you just mentioned, and they searched for cover. A lot of videos on social media just showing a lot of confusion early on. The mayor there in Highland Park said she did not know details on how the alleged shooter obtained that high-powered rifle used in the attack, but she said that he did it legally.
All right, and the video that you're seeing now, that's from Philadelphia last night. 2 police officers have been released from the hospital after they were treated for gunshot wounds last night, right after Philadelphia's big 4th of July celebration.
Both officers were stationed in an area of that celebration, and they were also having a concert when the sounds of gunfire sent a wave of panic through that crowd.
The officers were the only ones hurt during the shooting. The Philadelphia Police Department is still trying to find a suspect and determine if the officers were deliberately targeted. And just with this Philadelphia story, again, it was a huge celebration that was being televised. So you had reporters and anchors, you know, doing a recap in that moment. And one reporter is in the middle of an interview with 2 teens, and then you just hear the reporter say, "Oh no, oh no," and then you see the mass of people just running to try to take cover. And then you have another video of these anchors asking police, "Where do we go?" And again, these big celebrations, I think now we start thinking even more about this. If something were to happen, where do we go?
Well, I mean, it's absolutely frightening because you mentioned those videos earlier from the parade in Highland Park. And I mean, all these people are in this line. And as we mentioned, this suspect here gets on a rooftop. So, I mean, it's just horrifying to think of this. And then the bit of confusion at first, parents just trying to scramble their kids in any way, shape, or form. Looking at those videos, there were strollers left behind, you know, these little flags that people were carrying that's left on the street. And it's just so horrifying to think that this is now just a very common thing now, where you always have to be on guard with these types of situations, any sort of big public event or gathering like the one in Philadelphia last night as well.
And last point for me on these shootings, the one in Illinois, that one we're starting to learn more about the victims. The first one was an older gentleman, and the saddest part about him is his family says that he didn't even want to go to the parade. The reason why he was at the parade is because of health reasons. So he has to have someone with him at all times, and his family had just brought him over from Mexico just a couple of weeks ago, I believe. So it's just so sad to see that that's how his life ended. And again, he didn't even want to be there.
Yeah, very sad situation all the way around. And again, in Philadelphia, they are still searching for that suspect. In that Chicago one, they have arrested an individual there. So we'll continue to follow that. Moving on to this other story with Brittney Griner. I mean, this story here has been going on for months. The WNBA star, of course, and 2-time Olympic gold medalist Brittney Griner, her trial began last week in Russia, but she sent a letter to President Joe Biden pleading for his help.
Yeah, so it's a handwritten letter, and this was passed to the White House through her representatives, and it was delivered just yesterday. So Griner's representatives shared the following lines from the letter, and they read, quote, "As I sit here in a Russian prison, alone with my thoughts and without the protection of my wife, family, friends, Olympic jersey, or any accomplishments, I'm terrified I might be here forever," end quote.
Yeah, that is just very scary to think about what she's going through right now. Griner went on to plead for President Biden to do everything in his power to bring her home, adding, quotes, "I miss my family, I miss my teammates. It kills me to know that they are suffering so much right now," end quote.
Griner's trial resumes this Thursday. She was arrested back on February 17th, and those charges are for possessing cannabis oil, and this was all discovered while she was trying to return to play for her Russian team.
Supporters are asking for a prisoner swap, but Griner is not the only American wrongfully denied in Russia currently. Paul Whelan, a former Marine and security director, is serving a 16-year sentence on an espionage conviction.
Yeah, so she's not the only one detained, wrongfully detained. So we'll see what happens with her trial. And no word yet. Her wife did say that as of yesterday, she had still not heard back from President Biden on his thoughts, on his reaction to that. So we'll wait on that.
And I think it's important for, obviously, Brittney Griner's family, but I've been seeing a lot of stuff, WNBA, where they've been wearing these shirts that say BG on them. They have the decals and everything on the courts as well. So any bit of attention that they can get to Brittney Griner's case, because this does not seem like this is going to end anytime soon, unless there's some sort of agreement between the governments. But at the same time, I'm just, the way she described her situation, I mean, you absolutely feel for her, her family, her wife, and again, just keeping this in the constant news cycle and making sure that she does not get forgotten here. I think that's as important. Just keep the pressure on.
And that's her plea, to not be forgotten.
All right.
So now to the Airbnb story.
Yeah, so Alicia.
Yes.
You have always wanted to rent a party house. Is this correct?
Yes,
You're
look,
a big party house person.
No, I'm not a big party house person. I've always wanted to, but I usually check like if the host lives there, and they usually do.
Oh, I thought you just did it.
And no, I have never done it. I wanted to do it this past month for my birthday. That didn't happen. So anyways, after 2 years, and I'm not going to get a shot apparently, after 2 years, Airbnb's party ban is now permanent. They're saying no more. So these restrictions were first put in place following a shooting at one of its bookings where 5 people died. They also rolled out several other safety features, and this was like a combo of safety, but also COVID.
Right.
And now they're saying no more house parties.
Yeah, during the pandemic especially. So now open invite gatherings, parties, and large one-night events are banned. Airbnb says that the move comes after a significant drop in party report rates. So since August of 2020, Airbnb says it has seen nearly 45% drop year over year in party reports.
So for those of you thinking, I'll still rent and I'll still invite as many people as I want over.
Who will know?
Who will know? And not so fast. One, they usually have cameras, like even just at the entrance, so they'll know who's coming in and out. You'll join the other 6,600 guests suspended from Airbnb. Airbnb is not taking this lightly. They say violators will face consequences, including a full removal from the app. So you definitely don't want that. And then you can get rated too. As a guest. So the host can say they were a wonderful guest, or they were horrid and broke all my rules and invited people over.
That is right, yeah. So in addition to this, the party ban permanent, Airbnb lifting a 16-person occupancy limit that was also introduced back then. So I don't know. Again, I'm not a big Airbnb person. Last time I did one was up in Dripping Springs. It was with my family. Had a great time there, but I don't know. I just don't ever know what to expect. I don't ever trust those pictures.
Really?
Yeah, not really, no.
Mine is I don't trust the prices, because it sounds like a really good deal, but once you go to actually check out or at least reserve your spot, then they add all these ridiculous fees.
Like a cleaning
fees,
fee,
but not
right,
just like everything fee. And so you end up paying $100, $200 more than what was the subtotal, which is a subtotal.
So can the owner just, after they inspect the house, after you've left, can they just add the fees later on, or is this all like a
Well, when you agree to it,
agreement?
yes. If you break the contract, then yes. So the last Airbnb I rented, I think was back in January. A chair ended up breaking, and I thought that I was going to have to pay, but they were very kind, and it was a total accident, so they didn't charge me, but they can. So those incidental fees can be added on. Yeah, of course. They have to have protection as well. So
you weren't throwing a rager?
No.
That's why the
Come on, RJ.
Okay. So you're not on that list. That's good. That's good to know.
And moving on. No, I'm not on that list.
Yeah, no, I don't. Houston rapper Megan Thee Stallion, this is a pretty cool story here, wants women to spread the love after she has now dropped a new t-shirt in support of Planned Parenthood.
So she posted on Instagram that the court failed women, but women won't back down, and she says, quote, "I'm going to keep fighting because everyone deserves access to the care they need," end quote.
All right, so if you're seeing us on our visual platforms, you can see the shirt right there. It has the words, quote, "Ladies, love yourself." It is now available on her site as a pre-order for $35. And this wording, interesting here, is a lyric from her single titled Plan B.
Oh, her merchandise company will then make a donation to Planned Parenthood. That's the plan. Megan has been fiercely vocal in her opposition to the Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade, that law that made abortion a constitutional right.
Yeah, and again, another superstar celeb here basically speaking out about this and basically trying to support Planned Parenthood. So, there's a lot of people that are already jumping on this and trying to get these donations needed.
All right, so there's a national day and a national competition
Yeah.
for just about every day and every talent.
There is, yeah, there is.
Including, did you know that there's a duct tape fashion award or
I did not.
competition?
No. I did not know this, but you're right, because I've done a story on a Scrabble champion. There was a kid here who was going for like a Lego championship. So yes, there's all sorts of things like this. But this one right here involves a New Braunfels teen, and he's basically in this for his tuxedo. Pretty cool stuff there.
It's the 2022 Stuck at Prom Scholarship Contest. It's nationwide. It's hosted by Duct brand Duct Tape. And Caleb Birch, a recent grad from Davenport High School here in San Antonio, is in the final five
All right,
for
let's
his
go, Caleb.
creation. So if you're watching the visual platform, then he's on the left there with a black and white.
All right, so here's what it took. 10 rolls of duct tape, 30 hours of manpower there made Caleb's black and white tuxedo that features a rainbow bow tie possible. Pretty good.
Another San Antonio teen is also in the final five. That's Nathan Elias, and he made a very colorful yellow and purple tuxedo with a major 70s vibe. Nathan's tux required 20 rolls of duct tape and 35 hours of work.
All right. Hey, you know what? Nathan's looking groovy there. Heyo. Okay, so
He also made some accessories, so he went above and beyond. He has a
Yeah.
backpack and duct tape covered boots to match the ensemble.
very cool. And both are in the running to cash in on this competition. So we will continue to follow them. We have both of their stories right there on KSAT.com. I was looking through them. It's pretty nifty stuff here from these kids. Very creative.
Yeah,
Very
so they
creative.
can win up to $10,000 in scholarship money. You can vote for your favorite online, and we do have a link on KSAT.com. Know that you can vote for their tux. There's also dresses.
Okay.
Every 24 hours until voting wraps up on July 13th.
Very nice. And quick note on Nathan, he's been accepted to UIW and plans to major in, you could guess it, fashion merchandising.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I've met a few friends who have their degree in fashion merchandising. I think it's very neat. I mean,
Yeah,
to be able to
yeah.
create something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this stuff is really cool. And speaking of always fashionable, yes, the one and only
Not
Justin
true.
Horn.
Not true. Hey, did I hear
What are
you
you
throwing a
talking
party
about,
at Airbnb? I didn't get the invite.
Oh my gosh.
Not
You're
happening?
invited. You know
Okay,
who's
thank you.
not invited?
Who's that? Oh,
He
I
wouldn't.
won't say anything.
Okay, thank you so
We
much.
can't have more people now.
I'll
than,
send you
what,
the
4 people?
details.
Can't have more than 4 people now.
Anyway, I come with trivia again this morning.
Yes.
Because it's so hot here, I was thinking, where
let
is
us
it
dream a
really
little bit.
cold? So which planet holds the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded? You got Neptune, Jupiter, Earth, Uranus, no jokes. What are your choices? What do you think?
Okay.
I'm going to say Jupiter.
Okay, good choice.
Okay. Is one of these the ice planet? Or is that a Star
Could
Wars
be.
thing? Did I just
Could be.
completely make that up? You know what? Let's go Neptune.
Neptune.
Because is Neptune further away than Uranus?
It is, and you're probably asking, well, why isn't Pluto on there? Technically, Pluto is not a planet anymore. It's a
Semantics.
dwarf planet. We won't get into all that.
Or
The answer is actually
Wow.
No
Someone that
jokes.
No one,
no jokes.
No one wanted to
No jokes. It is known as the ice giant. The temperature averages negative 320 degrees. The record coldest temp measured in the solar system there, negative 371
oh
on
no.
Uranus.
It's a little cold.
I'll take a triple digit.
Yeah.
Because I
we're
know I
doing
can,
our
I
heat here.
can survive
Yeah.
if I take proper precautions.
Pretty extreme. And then, the next question is, well, how do they measure the temperature on these planets, right? It's not like they have a
How,
thermometer there.
Justin, how do they measure the
I
temperature
was
in these planets?
hoping you would ask that question. Infrared radiation, you can detect the radiation and get a measurement.
Oh,
a lot
wow.
of sciencey
Okay.
things going
All right.
on there. But anyway,
The ice giant.
if you ever wondered, there you go. Our temperature is on the complete opposite side of the spectrum here. We're already starting to warm up now. We've got 87 degrees at the airport. Dew point is at 70. Feels like 92 because the humidity is staying up this morning. So it is going to be sort of a sticky day. We're going to have to watch the heat index pretty closely. It gets into that danger territory, I think, this afternoon. Right now, 87 at the airport again, feels like 92. 82 Bernie Stage, feels like 85. New Braunfels heat index is already up to 96. We're not even to noontime yet, so you can imagine what it's going to be like later today. I think the air temperature tops out at about 99 there. We're close to 100 here in San Antonio. A lot of triple digits on the map. No surprise. I feel like you've probably heard this story before, but I'll tell it to you again because that's what we do. High pressure stays in control here. It actually grows and strengthens as we head towards the weekend, and that all means more heat. In fact, it gets even hotter by Saturday and Sunday as this thing basically takes over our forecast yet again. We do look to the tropics this time of year to see if we can get some relief. This is where we would typically see development in the tropics if we were going to see something out near the Lesser Antilles, maybe around the Bahamas, and then Gulf of Mexico, of course. Right now, though, all is quiet. We see a couple of waves out there, but nothing that looks like it will develop. We do have Bonnie out in the Pacific, and if you remember, this is a storm system that started in the Atlantic, crossed over Central America, is now in the Pacific. It's going to move away out over open water, though. At the moment, it has winds at 115 miles per hour, and it does weaken as it goes west and moves into cooler water. No effect on us, and this 7-day forecast has way too many numbers. 100 tomorrow, 101 Thursday, 102 Friday, 103 Saturday, Sunday. I think we get the general idea here. It's not great.
We are officially toast.
Toast.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Triple digit all week, like no break. Nothing.
You know, maybe next week.
And then add humidity.
I know. It's a bad stretch here, and it's not fun to be a meteorologist right now.
Yeah.
Except, but you had some pretty awesome, I want to say though, you had some pretty awesome push alerts though.
Yeah?
Early today, yes, I was looking at it. They said, I understand if you don't want to swipe open the forecast today, it's not pretty, smiley face, son, Justin. This guy, look at this guy.
It's
Always
reverse.
makes it
It's
fun.
reverse psychology. See, then you wanted to open it, didn't you?
I
why-
wanted to open it.
Ow, why is it not good to be a meteorologist this week?
No, it actually is great. I'm just saying there's just not much. I was literally sitting there looking at the computer models trying to find something that would give us a little bit of hope, you know, but it's just, it is what it is. We'll
We have
get
to
there.
wake
We'll
up
get
really
through.
early,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We'll get through summer and the rain
Yeah.
will return at some point, just not in the next 7 days.
All right. Yeah. We have faith. We
Yes.
have faith here.
Last point before you leave.
Sure.
RJ said you were fashionable, and we'd like to reiterate that. Alyssa Medina, producer over here, says he always has fashionable socks. Do you have any today?
Oh.
Oh, you know what?
Nice.
I do. My girls are on there today.
Oh, those are fun.
They, yeah,
Wish
their
y'all could see
faces. Yeah. It was a Father's Day present.
Show us. How can he show us
Those
though?
are awesome
What camera?
socks.
Would it be
I don't know
4?
if you could,
Oh.
yeah, here we go. Yeah.
See, but I'm not this
gonna have
flexible.
to
I may
pick
be
up your-
fashionable,
No,
but
just
I'm
go
not
like this.
flexible. There we go. I'm going to break the screen.
Oh my gosh, he doesn't have balance.
See,
That's what you
see
don't
it.
have.
I do have. I love that you guys are doing it too, y'all.
We're
I don't know why
practicing
I'm
with
doing
you.
it.
Very
Anyway.
cool.
Yes, socks are an
fashionable.
important fashion item.
I agree. I
Yeah.
totally agree with that.
Yep.
Good job.
Totally. All right.
Thank you,
yes.
Justin.
You got it.
Learn something new every day. Okay, so you've been gone for a little bit. The Spurs
Yeah.
have not done much since you left, by the way. I don't
Oh.
know if you were interested in with the Spurs. They have signed a guy named Gorgie Dang. This was their a guy who played with them a couple of seasons ago. Says he's agreed to a 1-year deal with the Spurs, and that's about it. Lonnie Walker's with the Lakers now, actually. Lonnie's long gone.
Been gone for how long?
A week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lonnie's gone. DeJounte's gone. So people are saying
What
that this
drama
means.
has been gone for a long time? A week?
So people are now saying that, does this mean that the Spurs are going to make more moves here, get rid of some current guys, as it seems like it's going to be a long season next year?
And then add to that, we're still waiting, correct, to see what the arena is going to be called?
Still waiting on that.
No
yeah.
Fred's Fish Fry.
Yeah, no Fred's Fish
Man,
Fry
that's a
at the
tongue
moment.
twister.
Yeah, I know.
Fred's
So, yeah, but anyways, the Spurs did something, if people see that across their timelines today. Nothing
All right.
great, but here we go. Let's go, Spurs, go. No.
Let's go, Spurs Grow. You guys, we will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Have a good day.